Did you see this post about SAnby drama on the CN side? Alright, let's see this. There's a total war going on CN side regarding Ambi's clunky handling. What is clunky about her? Mainly how her dodge input doesn't work, / is counterintuitive, and her iframes don't function properly as intended, along with various other bugs / features in her kit. One side is demanding that Hoyo fix her, while the other insists that the issue pointed out were false or it's an intended feature and those complaining should get good. I might be on the second side, low-key, because I've played her at S0. Around March 13th, streamers and players started to build up a voice that Ambi feels like shit to play. The reasoning behind the outrage is as follows. Her BA and B5, or BA4 and BA5 have higher priority than dodges, meaning you're committed to the animation and cannot dodge out of it. However, the iframes that are supposed to cover BA4 and 5 do not actually cover the whole attack. They end prematurely. This means you can get hit with no counterplay. The players believe either you give the players the option to dodge out of it or have the iframe cover the entire attack. They're saying the issue is exacerbated by the current construction boss on DA, but like, I did the DA boss basically 50k at S0 Ambi. I don't know if that's... I feel like that might just be a skill issue, no? So BA4 and 5 is what they're complaining about here. Let me see if I could dodge out of them. Alright, let me get to BA4 or 5. 1. 1, 2. I need to get a hit coinciding with my BA5.
You're doing a good job of proving you can get hit in every other move at least.
Well, that's not the point. That's not the point. Motherfucker, I have to do the moves to get the BA5, you donkey. Why would I be dodging in BA1, 2, or 3? You fucking idiot. Do you understand what we're trying to test here? If I dodge in BA1, 2, or 3 to not get hit, then I'm never going to get to BA4 or 5 to test it, you papega.
Time to start back. Time to fight back.
Was that like me in BA5 getting hydraulic pressed, or was that at the end of BA5? I can't tell. Do they have a video of this like not working? Let me see.
这个大安比上线已经好几天了，模组设计、动作模组设计是有问题的。然后我个人是拿它去打那个新爬塔，从100层打到了120层，就全魔王章的。然后打下来发现，确实是有一点问题的。社区里面大家的问题主要集中在以下几点：他的大招没有无敌，然后挂印记容易哭，闪返和5A它有后摇。
I will never understand anyone who plays with lock screen on in ZZD. Like, I get people want to do it for this boss to focus on legs, but like the lock screen forces your POV to like the floor, and it's so awful. It's like one of the worst parts of ZZ's combat. He's on roller? I guess that might be why. Oh, that must be terrible, bro. You're telling me all you ZZZ controller players have to basically floor POV? Oh, I did it. You have to basically floor POV? Like, if you're playing with lock screen, like, half the screen is not the boss, it's a fucking floor.
还有间隔，秉承着实践出真知的原则，我就去这个位置强袭战打这个3合1神鬼去测试一下。
You never use lock on it, you use controller?
我发现这个问题主要可以分成3类。第一类就是可以通过努力和汗水解决，就是进行一些操作的优化，可以规避问题。然后第2类就是一眼 bug。不知道测试的时候那帮人为什么没有测出来，就是有 bug。然后第3类就是设计师左脑攻击右脑犯蠢，然后我们一个一个来说这些问题。首先就是大安比的5A还有闪返，因为它的优先级比较高，不能被闪避直接打断，然后就会有很多人一落地的时候就一下就被打，然后就有人。
Okay, I have a genuine question. Why do they want to do BA4 and 5? Because, like, I think my biggest question here is going to BA4 more stacks. You know what's more stacks? just fucking dodging a boss hit and fucking instant getting most of the fucking bar filled, half the bar filled. The dodge attack is like the best way to, the dodge counter is the best way to fucking fill it. Like, no, like, legitimately, not every boss is aggressive. No, I can agree with that, right? Some of them are slow as shit. Like, I think the construction vehicle is slow as shit comparatively to some of the other ones, but that was BA3, not 4. Oh, that was just me not getting the dodge. Okay, I could see what. Okay, I could see. Fuck the iframe. The iframe's not the issue. I can see what they're talking about. Okay, so there, when I'm doing BA4 or 5, and the boss is doing a hit, what would be the best option to do there? Right? The best option would be to dodge out of my BA4 or 5 to get the dodge counter. But BA4 and 5 locking you to not be able to do the dodge counter. Okay, that I can agree with.
Keep focused.
Yeah, see? Okay. Like, I'm gonna assume you can't dodge out of BA4 or 5. Because, I mean, I'm trying to, and it's, like, not letting me. Right? You're... Like, BA5, you could cancel out of it once you're on the floor of the 5 animation. You can't do it while you're spinning. BA4 as well, you can't dodge out of it until you're pretty much done with, like, at least one dash. Like, now I could cancel out of there. Like, you basically can't dodge out of the spin. So, like, I don't agree with the fucking iframe thing. I think the iframe is, like, who the fuck cares about the iframe? Like, if you're getting hit in BA4 or 5, you're like, I don't think that's the problem, right? The problem is, when you're doing BA4 or 5, you should just be allowed to dodge out of them so that you could do dodge counters. Dodge attack gives 1.5 stacks. Yeah, I have noticed her dodge is hard to proc sometimes, feels inconsistent with other characters. I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, but I think the best way to do it is just to let her dodge out of 4 or 5. What's the others? Her EX special and ult do not match the skill description, also have iframe gaps. This makes it so that the enemy can walk out of the attack and render it useless. She's also the only character. I could agree with this, right? That's part of the gripe of doing more of the menial dailies with her. It's that if you start doing her EX spin, right? Like, they can start walking out of them. I feel like if they made it so that the initial, if they made it the, like, initial hit automatically, like, see that? That was a full hold EX and it only applied, like, look at that. It didn't apply the full thing because the motherfucker did a little swivel and got out of it. Alright, so I could agree with that. They could adjust it, they should adjust it to the immediate contact of EX special. Not like you have to do the full EX special. Like, forcing you to do the full, like, for the mob to remain within the range for all the hits is, like, a little cringe. I think the ult doesn't fucking matter as much. It's not like you could fucking cancel out of ults, right? Like, ults always do full animation anyways. So, I mean, I think the ult is whatever. Like, I love ZZZ, and even I can agree, being able to dodge out of BA4 and BA5 would be a nice quality of life. Especially since the entire attack sometimes might not have full iframe. I'm not sure if it does. Like, there's no way anybody playing Silver Ambi right now thinks her EX special, like, being a incremental application of stacks versus insta full stacks on first hit, like I feel like everybody would agree. It should be insta full stacks on first hit. You should not be able to, like, walk out of her EX special and then not get stacked, right? Like, that's just always, that feels so ass. There's a lot of bosses in this game that move really fucking fast, and you start an EX special and they're like, nope, I'm out of it, and then you're like, oh wow, I got less than 1 stack. Ha 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 ha. Guess I just wasted all my energy. Like, whatever. Chat, the fucking r/Fuda in the bottom left has been there for like a week. Alright? Like, chatters have been pointing it out for the past like 4 days. Like, get with the program. Part of the discourse turned into a total shit show with just two sides insulting each other and threats, etc. But they were actually reasonable people. There were actually reasonable people that tried to argue with research. Below are the summary of what's actually going with Ambi on after a weekend of research from the CN side. I don't think she is clunky though. I feel like the people saying she's clunky is kind of weird. I don't think she's clunky. I think she needs to be like optimized, maybe somewhat. Like, does she feel clunky compared to Miyabi? Well, no shit. Miyabi has 5 million iframes. So, if you've gone from playing Miyabi to a Silver Ambi, I could see why you think Silver Ambi might feel clunky. LM players, you guys get iframes. Joking aside, point one in discussion of being able to dodge out of BA5 with a buffered dodge input while midair does not seem reasonable as an argument. Player has been promised illicitly by the existence of other characters having iframes encompassing their full attack, that if a separate character begins an attack that has 99.9% invincibility, that they will then complete it with full invincibility. I mean, I can see that, but like, I don't think it would be bad to be able to dodge out of BA4 and 5. I don't think it's a massive problem though, because like, what do gamers do, right? Gamers, if confronted with dog shit fucking controls or something that feels weird, you just adapt to it, right? Like, isn't that the whole point of fucking Souls games? Souls games provide you with like a feel that doesn't feel fully correct, but like you get used to it and then you lock in and then it feels good after you get used to it, right? So like, I think that's where I am with SAnby, where like maybe initially things felt like maybe a little off, but now I've like optimized it to like where I don't do the things that might cause issues. All right. Conclusion is pretty much, if it's an actual problem, they'll probably fix it, because ZZZ's devs are pretty, usually, like, they're the only Hoyo devs I think that are like pretty quick on the uptake. I don't think they will do anything. I kind of agree, because this guy's saying CN is split on it, and it's like 50-50. The only way they will do something is if CN is 100% against it.